Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're taking a look at a clip where somebody is trying to convince their doctor, I don't even eat, but I'm still obese. For some reason, the doctor doesn't really seem to be buying it because they actually recorded the conversation between them and their doctor, and it's pretty funny. We're also going to be taking a look at what happens when you gain weight in a relationship, as well as some other miscellaneous clips. Before we proceed, I must first apply comb to mustache. POV, you try to convince a doctor you're not eating when you're fat. That does sound difficult, especially since it's a doctor that you're speaking to. They're like, I don't know, man.
Okay, I mean, it is what it is. You're basically telling me I just have to eat less. Is that
It's not just eat less, because that's not easy, or else everybody would be doing it, and
Oh, the doctor said that's not easy because everybody would be doing it. So they tried to complain to the doctor and be like, you're telling me I should just eat less? As if that's like a super simple thing to do. And as if it's not very hard to quit processed food and sugar. It is very hard.
everybody, there wouldn't be a whole field of weight loss medications, and there wouldn't be all these issues with weight.
The doctor is explaining that, yeah, it sounds simple, but it's not just that easy. If it were that easy, we wouldn't have all these weight loss products and drugs and all this other type of stuff.
And I understand. And I've had my experience with eating disorders, and that's why I'm trying to have a more positive attitude about this, but it's really difficult because I have been eating less and less and less, and it's not helping.
It's not helping. So you're eating less and less and less, and you weigh the same. All right, so this is very interesting. This person is able to completely violate the laws of thermodynamics. They should be studied, and whatever illness they have should be given to all the starving kids in third world countries. I'm sure they'd be very happy to learn that they don't have to eat from now on, and they can stay the same weight.
So this is just really...
Well, maybe you are doing it some days, but not like every day of the week.
Oh, doctor's just getting right to the point. Maybe you're doing it some days, but not every day of the week. Yeah, you can't fool a doctor with your shenanigans, dude. They're a doctor.
And it has to be like every day.
Yeah, you know that eating less thing? It has to be every day, okay? You can't just eat less some days and then eat a whole bunch more the next day. This doctor, although I didn't need to go to an 8-year medical school to tell you that.
That you have to be in the calorie deficit to consistently lose.
I mean, I just feel like I could come in and I could tell you I'm not eating at all, and it would still be the same answer.
What? You feel like you could go in and tell your doctor, I'm not eating at all, and it would still be the same answer. Because if you weren't eating at all, you would lose weight, and your doctor knows this. They know that you're being less than forthcoming if you're like, I have been doing it. The weight is just staying on with magic for somehow. Like, yeah, a doctor knows better.
You must be eating.
Well, that
you must
would
be
be
eating
a
above the
lie.
calorie deficit.
That would be a lie if you told me you weren't eating at all.
That's not what I'm saying, though.
The doctor just said, that would be a lie if you told me you weren't eating at all. So there are still some good doctors left.
That's not what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying, though.
If you want to, if you want to just argue about it, we can, or I can try to give you the resources to try to get there in the calorie deficit to help you lose the weight. If you want a second opinion, you're welcome to it. I won't be offended. Okay? We have plenty of other doctors here. We also have the weight management program, which is specifically geared towards this.
Oh, man. This chick does not seem happy. She's like, that is not the answer I was looking for. The answer I was looking for was, I don't know why you can't lose the weight. It must be freaking voodoo. Somebody must have a voodoo doll of you somewhere, and they keep sticking food into its mouth.
Do you want the number?
No, I have it.
What?
I have it.
You have it? I would give them a call and just learn more about the program.
I've seen them before. I have my own nutritionist. I'm not interested in that program, unfortunately.
It's not just...
And it ends right there. She's not interested in that program, unfortunately. I love how the doctor wasn't swayed at all. They're just like, yeah, if you told me you weren't eating anything at all, you'd be lying. And then they're like, we have a weight loss program here that you could get in with. The person who recorded this, she mentioned that she had a history of disordered eating or something, and she thought that that was going to make the doctor just be like, oh my God, well, in that case, I guess eat whatever you want. And that's why you see a lot of overweight people claiming to have a restrictive ED. This person wasn't claiming that they had binge eating disorder. They were clearly claiming that they had a history of restrictive EDs because they were saying that weight loss is not something that they could think about. The doctor was completely unswayed by that. You were like, I used to have an ED, and those words just, boom, bounced right off of her forehead. And she's like, well, you know, you could still lose weight. By the way, let me reiterate again for the 1000th time. It is just as unhealthy to be underweight as it is to be overweight. If you are underweight, please consider eating more of healthy foods. Instead of just eating one piece of bread and a glass of water all day, how about a protein, a vegetable, and a starch? You can slowly gain the weight up to normalcy, just like someone who is overweight can slowly lose the weight in a healthy way. Next.
I want to talk about the language that we use to describe bodies. First, I just want to say that you should use whatever language you feel comfortable with, and nothing that I'm saying is a hard and fast rule. But for many people in larger bodies, there is a preference to just be called fat.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, honestly. It's kind of weird. People are trying to be nice to you and just be like, yeah, there's the larger lady over there, or, you know, a bigger person, or whatever the heck, and then you guys are like, no, you will call me fat.
Because when you use euphemisms to try to get around saying fat, like, she's got more to love, or she's fluffy, or chunky, that ends up just sounding like you just don't want to say fat because you think fat is a bad thing.
No, people don't want to say fat because they don't want to hurt your feelings or be rude. They're not tiptoeing around the word fat as if it's a bad word, as if it's like the F word or whatever.
Further stigmatizing being fat.
So trying to spare somebody's feelings is actually stigmatizing the word fat. Yeah, none of that makes any sense, dude. I'm sorry if you can hear the snoring in the background. My dog just can't keep his eyes open, and he's snoring loudly for some reason. Bro, you're ruining the video. So if you see a short person, should you go up and call them short? Otherwise, you're stigmatizing shortness? Is any of this making any sense to anybody else?
The word you definitely want to avoid using is obese.
Why? Because like I said before, it's got that medical ring to it. It's too authoritative. They're like, obese, whoa, 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 now we're getting all scientific. It's not easy for me to just claim victimhood if you call me that.
Obese is a term that has been used to medicalize and pathologize fat bodies.
Right, everything is being medicalized. All different types of abnormalities when it comes to humans and physical characteristics have been medicalized. You know this thing called science, where we give things a name so that we may refer to them and study them?
When bodies are defined as obese, they are classified as inherently unhealthy. But that's not true because we know that people can be healthy at any size.
No, it is true that being obese is unhealthy. And that's probably why we have a term for it, because it's a medical condition that is unhealthy. So we need language to accurately describe it.
Because weight is just one aspect of an individual's overall health.
Right, but an excess of weight indicates a lack of health every time. Oh, Aubrey Hoff, PhD. We have another video from this person. Next.
I constantly see these sort of viral Reddit posts where people are like, my partner gained weight and now I'm not attracted to them.
What? How dare people be attracted to what they're attracted to? Hey, babe, I've noticed that you've put on a couple 100 pounds. You know, this isn't how you looked when we first got together. This is kind of strange. How dare you? This is fatphobic as hell.
What should I do?
Talk to your partner. Okay, that's what you should do. That's the answer to any relationship question. Go to them and be like, hey, I've noticed that you've gained weight. I still love you and support you and everything, but what's going on here?
And these posts are a really easy way to get fake internet points because people love to weigh in on this topic.
Weigh in on this topic?
I do just want to say, as someone who's been in a relationship for almost 5 years, my body has fluctuated, as has my partner's.
Well, you know, sometimes your weight fluctuates as well as your partner's. I didn't have the flower aiming the right way for the first half of the video. I am sorry. Oh man, the production value of these videos has really gone downhill. I used to have a guy that I paid to come in and aim that towards me. Wouldn't that be hilarious? If somebody was so rich and entitled, you pay somebody just to come do one thing within your house. Like, yeah, I pay a guy to come in here every day and move that pen from on the notepad of paper over there to the desk. That's all he does. I pay him $100 a day. Is that what they mean when they say, fuck you money? Like, yo, I got fuck you money.
But at no point have I ever been like, oh, I'm not attracted to you anymore.
Okay, well, maybe you can delude yourself, but some people are not attracted to certain types of physiques, and there's nothing that they can do, no amount of mental gymnastics that's going to change that. And how much weight did your partner gain and lose throughout the course of your relationship? I think it's very disrespectful to just gain a bunch of weight once you get in a relationship with somebody. It's like you put on your best face to get them interested in you and decide to commit to you, and then once they commit to you, you completely let yourself go and become a completely different person. The old bait and switch. You should just kind of be the person that you advertised to this other person that you were in the beginning, right? You don't act like some loving, caring person, and then once you get the person committed to you, you become an abusive asshole. That's no good, man, and it's very similar in style to this.
Mainly because a loving and stable relationship is based on much more than just physical appearance.
Well, yeah, obviously that's true, but we have to take care of ourselves, for ourselves, and for our partner's benefit as well. Like, what if I just gain 200-300 pounds, and I just lay here on the couch all day, and I'm like, oh, babe, will you bring me some Hot Pockets? How many do you want this time? The whole box. Just bring me the whole box. Hun, I'm starting to get a little concerned here.
And of course, if my partner gained or lost a significant amount of weight in a short amount of time, I would be concerned and
Alright, what if they gained a significant amount of weight over the course of several years? That still is a short amount of time, I would say. Like, if you've been with this person for 5 years and you've put on like 100 pounds, that's very significant. They should be concerned that you're dealing with some sort of mental struggles and you're coping with food. And they should also be concerned about your health. And also, God forbid, they should be concerned with what they're attracted to. I'm not sure where this wacky idea came from where you can just be attracted to whatever you logically want to be attracted to. You're like, well, I used to be into chicks that look like this, but they made me feel guilty, so now I guess I'm into this body type, I guess. Personally, I wouldn't want somebody to pity screw me. The old pity lay? Don't give me a pity lay.
I would bring that up as a potential medical concern.
Well, yeah, besides the medical problems, though, I mean, quit acting like people aren't attracted to what they're attracted to. You shouldn't be going around trying to convince somebody that their preferences are invalid. Like, you go up to a chick and you're like, yeah, I know you're into the, overly shredded, roided out, overly buff guy who looks like a freak. But that's all some sort of phobia. Actually, you should be with me, a normal guy who's only somewhat muscular.
But that's not really what these posts are getting at. You should feel safe in your relationship, and you shouldn't be afraid that your partner will leave you if you gain or lose a little bit of weight.
That is true, but also you should respect yourself and your partner enough to not go through dramatic changes while in the relationship. And you should respect them if they have a problem with it. Looks are definitely not everything, but it's very disrespectful to allow your body to go through a complete metamorphosis while you're in a relationship with somebody else. Not only that, you shouldn't start using heroin or any other wacky crap that your partner didn't sign on for. And it's completely normal and within their right to be like, all right, man, go ahead and do you, but this isn't what I signed on for, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hit the old dusty trail there, Chief. Next.
If losing weight was easy, there would be no fat people.
If losing weight was easy, there would be no fat people. This is reminding me of the first clip where the doctor said, if it was easy, then everybody would do it. Meaning that it's not easy, but it's still completely worth doing. The most difficult things in life are often the most rewarding and the most worth doing.
Not because there's an issue with being fat, not because I have an issue with the way I look, but because y'all treat us so horribly.
There are people that go out of their way to mistreat overweight people. But as I've mentioned several times, it's because those people are pathetic. They're going around trying to bully people and they're anonymous and all this type of stuff.
I would not wish dealing with systemic fat phobia to my worst enemy.
Well, that's good because it doesn't exist. So, your worst enemy will never have to experience it, just as you've never experienced it. Thank God.
If it was that simple, any of the literal dozens and dozens of diets that I did before I even turned 18 would have solved the issue.
No, you have to stick to them. You have to stick to whatever you're doing. That's why there's so many people that fail at losing weight, because it requires a level of dedication that many people just don't have. You have to weigh, pun intended, the pros and cons of losing weight versus not losing weight, right? Like, losing weight is difficult, but I'll be able to breathe easier. It requires a lot of self-control and stuff, which is difficult, but I'll be able to walk up the flight of steps. So you have to decide what is more important. Eating a bunch of processed sugary food and giving into your addiction on a daily basis, or being healthy and happy and confident in your own skin. When people are addicted to something, it's really easy to get lost in your addiction and not see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you come up with all these bizarre mental gymnastics and coping mechanisms to try to make it okay inside of your own mind. They're just fat phobic. They just hate all fat people. Everybody's out to get me. That's a lot easier than saying, man, I really need to get my stuff together and get a little bit of self-control here. Introspection, where we look at ourselves and question ourselves, is the hardest thing to do, and a lot of people don't want to do it. But the sooner you do it, the better. The sooner you do it, do.
And I shouldn't have to show you my health issues to justify my weight.
What? What does that mean? You got that one disease that chick in the first video had where she's pulling calories from the air? Alright, man, we're gonna have to study you too. We're gonna have to get to the bottom of what this illness is that causes people to pull calories from the air, because we've got a world hunger problem to solve here.
My health problems, my illnesses, my excuses, none of your business.
Well, you're constantly uploading these videos. You're constantly uploading these videos about this stuff, man. So what do you mean it's not anybody's business? You wouldn't have people in your comments saying things to you if you weren't constantly uploading videos talking about a bunch of ridiculous nonsense and blaming everything on systemic this and systemic that.
And I shouldn't have to justify why I'm fat for y'all to treat me like a person.
Nobody was asking for you to justify why you're fat. I think everybody knows why somebody is overweight when they are overweight. Yeah, when I see an overweight person, I already know why they're overweight. I don't need to hear any explanation. There's not some kind of gotcha phrase that you're going to say to me. I'm like, oh, that's what happened. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just keeping it real, dude. Like, there's nobody who is obese who didn't get that way from eating in excess or just eating the wrong kinds of foods, which leads to a caloric excess. Next. Alright, so Victoria made a video a few videos back where she was saying, do you think any of these anime characters would fat shame me? And then this person in the comments is saying, I don't know about them, but I definitely would. Why though? Why? Quit giving these people fuel to play the victim, bro. Anytime you go and just harass somebody and you're like, I would fat shame you, you're fat. You're just giving these people what they want, dude. They want to be some sort of victim class. Stop doing it. Stick to the facts, bro.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you would not. Fat shame Victoria. Look at this look on her face. She's about to friggin' throw hands, dog. You don't want none.
Because I would make you cry.
She would make you cry. How? What are you gonna do to this guy?
For context, this is on a video of like which anime characters would fat shame me.
I know which video it was. I watch all your videos.
I don't know with an anime character, but I would fat shame you. If you tried saying anything to me in real life, I would make you cry.
You would make them cry how? What are you gonna do? You mean with your words? Are you gonna like break them down psychologically and get to the root of all their childhood issues and make them cry like that? You're all like, you're just projecting your insecurities outward because your mother was never there and you have mommy issues. And then the person fat shaming you is like, man, shut the Mommy, why? Is that what would happen?
That's the thing y'all do not understand. All this hatred y'all have, all this cruelty y'all have, you only have it on the internet. Y'all feel emboldened to say whatever you want because you're behind anonymous profiles.
That's all good and well, but why are you like whispering, like in the back room? I love how a lot of these TikToks are these people being all mad, but they're all like whispering, like they're not allowed to raise their voice in their house. It's like, why are y'all always being so fat phobic? You can hear the bathroom fan going.
Y'all are cowards. You would never say the things y'all say to me online to my face. You would never fat shame me in real life.
Well, also, you know, you're making videos saying ridiculous stuff, and then people feel the need to bully you for some reason. If you were just walking down the street, you wouldn't be walking down the street with a megaphone calling everybody fat phobic and saying that everything is systemic fat phobia. If you did do that, you bet that there would be people coming up to you saying ridiculous stuff to you because of the stuff you're saying. Although that's not always the case. I know that there's a lot of larger people that just get straight up bullied for no reason, and that's not okay, and that's not what I'm condoning at all.
Because if you tried, I would destroy you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're gonna destroy this person? How? With words or with fisticuffs, madam? Are you going to engage this person in fisticuffs, madame?
You think that freedom of speech gives you freedom of consequence.
You think freedom of speech gives you freedom of consequence. I don't think anybody thinks that. You know, we all know that you shouldn't write a check with your mouth that your butt can't cash. I mean, we all know that.
No, it does not. If you said something to me in real life, you would face the consequences.
What are these consequences that you keep alluding to? I have to know. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to throw hands?
Please, sit behind your knowledge profile and think that.
All right, so I don't feel safe. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. Hopefully if any of these people saw me in real life, they wouldn't start attacking me. Try to keep it civil and stick to the points here. She did make some good points about how people will be total douches when they have the veil of anonymity. But also, like I said, these people are on your videos responding to the things that you said. So they may be attacking your appearance instead of attacking your words, but it was your words that angered them to the point of wanting to attack your appearance. If you're walking down the street by yourself, nobody's going to come up to you and say anything, unless you're walking around with a megaphone being like, yo, the sky is red, gravity isn't real, wet is dry, whatever. Like, people are going to be like, wait a minute, this guy's talking crazy talk over here. You're telling me the fat phobia was systemic? Gee, I don't know. That was a good little medley of clips that we had today. I especially like the doctor in the beginning being like, you know, you have to do it every day. Not just some days. And then when she was like, what if I told you I didn't eat it all? And the doctor's like, I would say that you're lying. I like the cut of that doctor's jib. Let me get her number. As usual, I disagree with all of the aforementioned points made by the fat acceptance community. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.